I asked you about this woman from Harvard.
Claudine Gay?
Yeah, Claudine Gay.
Claudine Gay.
And she resigned yesterday, or...
No, she didn't resign. She resigned president of Harvard. She's still a Harvard tenured professor. She still has her job, $800,000 a year. You don't have to throw a benefit for her.
Really? So she's like still working at the school?
Oh, yeah.
She's
still a tenured professor.
She's just not the president.
It takes almost an act of God to get rid of a tenured professor. She's still a tenured professor. She's no longer president.
Are the Jews aware of that?
Or the Jews? I think most Jews and Gentiles are not aware of it.
They're not? So they don't know that she's still there?
Here's the thing about Claudine Gay. Obviously, she's an affirmative action hire.
Yeah.
Her predecessor, Lawrence Summers, he had over 150 peer-reviewed published articles. She had 14. Talk about a thin resume. Harvard knew about the plagiarism allegations, and they essentially overlooked them. And here's what's fascinating. One of the professors whose work she plagiarized is a woman named Carol Swain.
Yeah, I want to ask you about her.
I know Carol Swain.
That.
She's a professor, now retired, taught law at Vanderbilt for many, many years. I have no idea whether Harvard ever approached her with a job offer, but I doubt it. So her work was good enough for a Harvard professor to steal, but it wasn't good enough for Harvard to offer Carol Swain a job. What does that tell you? Also this, only about 3% of Harvard professors identify as Republican. 3%. That means 97% of them do not. So getting rid of Claudine Gay does not change the culture of Harvard at all. Remember when she was under fire, 500 Harvard faculty members wrote a letter saying, don't fire her. Yeah. So they all think the same way about Hamas, about Israel, about DEI, about race-based preferences, about all this nonsense. Harvard's culture is rotten from the top to the bottom. The only way to change it is to hire a whole bunch of people, professors, that think like you and I think. Yeah. And they're not going to do that.
They're not, no way.
No. So, and 90% of the political contributions from the Ivy League professors go to Democrats. 3.4% of reporters self-describe as Republican. The rest of them, something else. So this is a culture that we're in. This is why we're in the situation we're in right now. The newspapers are consumed with climate change. They're consumed with the issue of abortion. They're consumed with the issue of what they believe to be systemic racism. Yeah. But about fatherlessness, about bad schools, about crime in the inner city,
no problem. Where's the Wicked Witch of the West with the low IQ? I haven't heard
Maxine Waters?
Yeah, I haven't heard about her.
I have a Maxine Waters story. When I was at KABC, Gloria Allred, the feminist attorney, also had a show.
Yeah, I remember that.
And Gloria and I are good friends, even though we don't agree on anything.
Right.
And Gloria would have Maxine Waters on her show all the time. And when I tried to get Maxine Waters on, she wouldn't come on. I tried to get Jesse Jackson on over 100 times, wouldn't come on. Al Sharpton over 100 times, wouldn't come on. Louis Farrakhan, I've invited him 50 times, he wouldn't come on. Maxine Waters about 100 times, wouldn't come on. And I said, Gloria, could you do me a favor? We were on the air when I said this. I said, would you please ask Maxine Waters the next time you have her on your show why she won't come on Larry Elder's show? Gloria said, yeah, I'll ask her. And she did. So they're on the air, and Gloria said, my friend Larry Elder, he's always asking me about you, and he wants to know why you won't come on his show. And Maxine Waters said, well, I know who he is. He talked a lot about me. I don't know that much about him, but Gloria, I don't deal with entertainers. He's an entertainer. Gloria, you are a serious journalist. That's why I'm on your show. He's just an entertainer. I don't want to.
What a coward.
And I remember her being interviewed by a young black man who has a show about the inner city. And he said to her, why is it we have so much crime in the inner city and a gang problem? And Maxine Waters said, I don't really know. And she went on to something else. Yeah. You don't know? The reason we have a gang problem and crime is because kids don't have dads in the house? You don't know this?
Well, she really doesn't care. That's why she said, I don't know. I don't care.
It's pathetic.
Yeah.